Hello YouTube, I'm David with the David West channel. Today I wanted to show you friction fire 4 ways: hand drill, bow drill, bamboo fire saw, and Rudiger roll. I encourage you to check out those 4 playlists. I will have the links in the description for really great tutorials. Today will not be a thorough tutorial. I just have some really good sets and I just want to whet your appetite so that hopefully you'll want to learn how to do some of these friction fire techniques, if not all of them. So let's go ahead and start off with the Rudiger roll. We're going to use cotton and wood ashes. Any wood ashes will do. And to add just a little more challenge to it, I'm going to top board it with the handle of this Mora companion. And what makes that difficult is there's undulations in that handle, and so that's going to add a little extra difficulty to it, but I think we can do it. And then after the Rudiger roll, we'll go ahead and do the hand drill. Oh, and these are leaves right off the ground. Take a cotton ball about, I don't know, about 4 inches. Don't let the wind blow it away. I'm going to put about a 1/4 teaspoon of ashes on it. And we're going to make sure we get some ashes on the bottom board too. Those ashes will provide grip for the bottom board and the top board to be able to grip the roll and drive the roll. I'll put a link down in the description to the first friction fire 4 ways video that I ever did, and you let me know if you've ever seen that one before. It's got over 1 million views. I think it's got 1.25 million views. So you may be on this channel because you first saw that video and then decided to subscribe. If you don't see smoke, go back and roll it some more. The best way to look for smoke is to have a dark background behind it. And it's pretty tight. So to get that ember to spread, I'm going to open this up a little bit. Just because you hear the flames or see the flames doesn't mean that you have to stop waving it. You should continue to wave it, especially with leaves straight off the ground. A lot of moisture in those leaves. All right. Let me get set up now. Get set up for hand drill. This is a horseweed spindle on a water oak fireboard. And this time, instead of using my spring clamps, I think I'll pin it down with my knife, just to add a little extra challenge. And I'll use pine needles on this tinder bundle. My baton is way over here. The kids must have thrown it in the woods. All right, let's go ahead and do a burn in. I like to do a nice deep burn in before I ever cut my notch. Sometimes I have to, cut out my divot and cut a notch at the same time before I ever do the burn in. But for the most part, you don't want to do that. You need to do the burn in, which will establish where that divot is going to be. The divot won't drift on you. And then cut your notch into that. People ask me all the time, why would you do a burn in, waste all that heat, and then cut the notch? Well, it's because the divot will tend to drift away if you do them both at the same time. But I do it occasionally when I'm, low on energy, or if the fireboard is thin. I mean, there's a few reasons why you'd want to do them both at the same time. All right, I got a little bit of smoke out of that. All right, let's find the leaf that I use for an ember catch. We'll use this water oak leaf right here. And the wind is trying to blow it away also. Got a pretty nice breeze blowing, so I'm going to have to be very careful. And I'll put that ember catch up under there once I pin down the fireboard. And I lost all the dust I was trying to save. Wind is blowing. I think I have an ember. Nope. I wasn't expecting this much breeze. Let's keep going with it. I'm going to make this tip just a little bit smaller in diameter so that it won't be rubbing those side walls. That looks better. Let's try it again. The wind's not blowing. The wind is blowing now. Yeah, we got a number that time. Let's see how many pine needles we have left. Wind wants to blow, let's let it blow. There we go. Let's see if that flame pops back up. Good. Let's go ahead and do the bamboo fire saw next. We'll do it against that 4-inch pine tree right there. All right, here's the set, and I have this cut off at a 45-degree angle, and it will conform to that tree very nicely. So this is the bottom board, and I've already used this butter knife edge 2 different times. So what I'm going to do is renew this edge, cut away this high spot, and go ahead and reuse this butter knife edge. That's the thickness that I'm shooting for. And then the top board, I'll take my knife and drill a hole right in the center of the top board, making sure that I make a chamfer as I go through. And when the point sticks out of here, just barely sticks out, then I'll take and cut a groove over the top of that. And of course that groove will ride on top of the bottom board. And I'm going to scrape up some tinder too. You'll see, it'll all become clear. All right, here's the bottom board. And I think I'll feel better about using this side over here. So first let me square it up. Then just take this edge down to about butter knife thickness. Looks pretty good. That's the bottom board. And here this top board. I'm gonna drill a hole right in the center, making a chamfer at the same time. Here's the chamfer and the through hole where my knife is just barely sticking through. Now usually I take a saw and saw a groove over the top of that hole, but we can use the knife. I'll cut a groove in there with a knife. All right, now we'll scrape up some tinder. Here's where we'll use that great spine that we ground on here, that very sharp 90-degree spine. That spine really makes great scrapings. All right, before I set you up for a close-up over at that tree, I just want to show you what it looks like when I'm set up at a distance, a full body shot. All right. Now, here's the bottom board with the through hole and chamfer and slot. I will hold this tinder bundle in with my thumbs. We will set it on that butter knife edge. So here's the tree over here. We'll set it on that butter knife edge and start working it. I'm just trying to warm the board up when I first start, so I might go 100 passes. But once I start seeing char, whether it's here in the middle or at the top, that's what I'm going to concentrate on and really just go all out right on top of that char and get my amber. Now, when you see this done on YouTube, usually they make this tinder bundle go to flames. I haven't had a lot of luck with that. Occasionally I can get it to do that because usually it just takes, the amber just gets bigger and bigger and bigger until it consumes this and never goes to flames. That's why I go ahead and increase the ember in this tinder bundle, but I get the flames with some pine needles. Just like that. All right, let me reset the camera. All right, here goes my second try on it. I got close on that first try, but no ignition. So now I'm over on this other side of the board and we'll try it again. Hurting my hip right there. Let me reposition it. Now, let me set the camera back up. Hold on. Getting it on video continues to be the hardest part of these techniques. Good. Now let's get set up on the ground and we'll go ahead and do a bow drill. I did not have a lot to pick from, so let's use this pine spindle, which you can still see the streaks of fat wood in it, and this water oak fireboard, which I've only been using for hand drill. It should work just fine for bow drill. Let's go for the burn-in now. Let's use the multi-purpose bearing block. This is bulk fat wood for scrapings, bearing block, and that's long enough for a bowstring, our lanyard there. I like that good dark dust. We'll save it. And a little bit of moisture or sap in there because it was stuck to the top of the fireboard. And when your spindle flattens off like that, it's because the fireboard is harder than the spindle. So we should be deep enough though to where it'll stay in the divot. Let me go ahead and cut my notch, hold on. Oh, that wind is really kicking up. Nothing unusual about that though, is there? Barrel block end is holding up really well. I use that center divot. You see how it's melted out? And there's the tip. Fatwood, it makes a great bearing block for bow drill. All right, let's see if we chose the right materials for our example of bow drill. I think we did. I think we chose the right materials. Once again, there's the bearing block end with almost no darkening, no charring. Great lube. And there's the ember. Try to protect it from getting blown away. We got close to the bottom of that fireboard. Did a great job though. And the spindle tip, of course, is still flat. But it was enough, wasn't it? It was enough to get the job done. See if the wind can make the flames come back. Oh, this one This branch is not as dry as I thought it would be. Let's give that a chance to catch. All right, let's lay out everything that we work with today. Rudiger Roll, wood ashes, any wood ashes will do, and cotton. And then horseweed hand drill on a water oak fireboard. And of course, our bamboo fire saw. Did a great job. Took 2 tries, but who cares? Just as long as you accomplish it. And then the good old pine spindle on a water oak fireboard bow drill. That really worked out great. So, all right, y'all, this is a fun challenge. I try to do it once a year. Make sure that I still have all these techniques and actually improving on these techniques. Once again, go to those links down in the description to all 4 of these different friction fire techniques, and there'll be some really thorough tutorials for you. So, I enjoyed it. I appreciate you joining me on this one. We'll catch you on the next one.